gonna get started doing our warm-ups seated on the chair and doing our grounding exercise on the chair. Yes, so let's just take a moment. Feel the body, feel the breath as we sit. Hopefully your feet touch the floor. And hopefully you can have your bare feet on the floor or on the mat. Close your eyes. If you can rest your back on the chair. Being able to lean back and have your back on the surface or the back of the chair will help your posture. So you can have that nice erect spine. Rest your hands on your thighs. Take a breath in. And just feel your body. Exhale out. Connect to yourself. Connect to what's going on inside of you. And let's just take a moment. Let's just give thanks for our body. Give thanks for the things that your body is able to do. Give thanks that you were able to wake up this morning and you have this body available to you to be of service to you, to support you in any way that you need it to today. Anything else you want to give thanks for this morning, go right ahead. Feel the gratitude in your heart. Feel it in your body. Notice where in your body that you feel this sense of gratitude. And take another breath in. Exhale. Open your eyes. Let's just do some stretches. So you're on the chair. Hold on to one side of the chair. Inhale the opposite hand up. Lengthen and stretch. And take a little bend. It doesn't have to be a big one. Over to the other side. Relax the shoulders away. Just breathe into your side body. And on an exhale, come down. Let's do the other side. Holding on to the opposite side of the chair. Get a nice firm grip. Inhale, lengthen the opposite side. Exhale, bend. Shoulders move away from the ears. Inhale. Breathing deeply into the side of the body, the side that's stretching, and exhaling to come back up. Release your hands. Let's just take the chin down to the chest. And then up. Taking your chin as high as you can go to where it's comfortable. You don't have to go super high. And then back to neutral. Turn your chin over to the right or the left, whatever side you choose. Trying to still keep it parallel to the floor. On an exhale, back to center, and then we're going to take our chin over to the opposite side. Exhale, back to center. Roll your shoulders up to the ears, back and down. About 3 or 4 times in one direction and then switch, rolling the shoulders out of it. So we're going to do our twist on the chair. So once you've done rolling your shoulders, come to the side of your chair. So your body, one side of your body should be facing or in line with the back of the chair. And again, your feet right underneath your knees. We're just going to do a simple twist to face the back of the chair and hold on to the chair with our hands. So if I'm twisting to, right now I'm twisting to my right, I'll take my right shoulder down as I try to take it back, my left shoulder forward. We don't want to go into the biggest twist here, just a little thing to feel in the body. Inhaling and exhaling. And we'll come back to center with an exhalation. Just take a pause. And switch the other side. Again, getting your feet underneath your knees or your heels underneath your knees. Nice straight spine. And then you also don't want to be on the edge of your seat. So you're nice and supported on the seat. On an exhalation, you turn, holding onto your chair. Again, this is, if I'm doing my left side here, my left side facing the back of the chair, I'll draw my left shoulder down and back some more. Take my right shoulder forward a little to be in this twist. What happens here, what you want to notice is that you're not sliding the hip forward so that the knee on the outside gets longer than the knee on the inside. The knees stay even, the hips stay even. You want to try to keep the chest, the top of the chest, the thoracic part of the body in the rotation. So this is where you're twisting. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, come back to the front. Take a pause. And then you can come back. And we're going to, I'm just going to show you just a few stretches that can be done. Actually, let's do cat and cow, seated cat and cow. So it's another one that we do on our hands and knees. And for anybody who is using their chair, who can't come down to your hands and knees, the chair works great because you can hold on the edge of the chair for support. When you inhale, you reach your heart forward. So your hands are still holding onto the chair. You kind of pull back on it to draw your chest forward some more and lift your chin. It really helps to have that support. On the exhalation for cat pose, you can press into your hands and sort of pull the seat of the chair away to round your back. You can come a little to the middle or to the edge of your seat to round the back some more so it doesn't hit the back of the chair. Inhale and exhale. I'll show you from the side. So I'm not sitting right at the edge, I don't want to fall off. And I'm holding right at the corner of the front of my seat. And on the inhalation, I reach my heart forward, using my hands to pull my shoulders back, reach my chest forward, lift my chin, a cow, seated cow. On the exhalation, round my spine, tucking the tail, leaning back as far as I can, tucking the chin, rounding the shoulders, and come back. You can also have the hands on the knees, doing the same thing in the seated position. So if holding on here is too much for your arms, you can do the same thing, reaching your chest forward, rounding your back. Reaching the chest forward and rounding One last time, reach the chest forward and exhale. Come to a neutral spine. And then we're going to do just a few stretches here that you could do in either Sun A or Sun B if you are seated in your chair. So when we start in Tadasana, keep your heels underneath your knees, keep your spine nice and long. And you inhale, reach your hands up, elbows come up first, lengthen and stretch. Stretch your side body without flaring the rib cage. So don't go into your cow pose with the front body. Keep the ribs nice and tucked, but lengthen here. Lift through the armpits without creating that compression in the neck. Lengthen and stretch. Now, if you have eye diseases, if you have dizziness, vertigo, blood pressure issues, you hinge at your hips just a little, bringing that hip bone towards the thighs, and bring your hands onto your knees or onto the chair and just reach your chest forward and lift your chin. This would be your variation of the halfway lift. Or you can go all the way to the fold, and I would recommend either folding over your thighs and letting the head drop, or opening up your legs and letting your torso fall between the legs and the thighs. If your hands reach the floor, that's good. If not, just let them be on the legs. From here, we'll be moving into a downward facing dog. So you can lengthen the hands, come onto the fingertips, and just stretch from your hips, lengthen to your fingertips. Get that nice long body stretch that we get in downward facing dog. Then walk your hands back. If you wanted to try to do the little back bend, then maybe go into cow pose. Reach your heart forward. And then exhale. Come back to the neutral position. So these are the different positions. If you're sitting on the chair and we're going through the Sun Sals, and you want to try them, you can do these different ones at the points where we have the Sun Salutation. Let's start with the first scenario, just using the chair as support, especially if you have vertigo and eye diseases. This way, and you can use a chair or any ledge. This way is one of the easiest ways to get some assistance for the Sun Salutation. So if you're standing, I recommend you stand with your hands straight away from the chair. And if you don't feel stable enough to raise both hands, you can just raise one hand to lengthen as you stand from Tadasana. On the exhale, for the hinge, you keep both hands on the top of the chair, remembering if you're just doing a half lift, walk your legs back so that you can get that length and keep the chest lifted. You can also go down to the seat, hands on the seat of the chair, bend your knees and use that for support for the forward fold. Let the crown move to the earth. Now for your downward facing dog, you can use the same position, holding onto the chair, taking the hips up, stretching the front body and lengthening. You can also go down low if that's a comfortable situation for you, but you don't have to. This is where having the mat underneath the chair is important, so the pressure in your hands is not pushing the chair away, making it slide away from you. Slowly come back up. So this will require some strength in your hands. So again, from the down dog position, come into either variation of the half lift or the fold, and then come back to stand again, using both hands or one hand to lengthen. Exhale, hands at heart center. So that's one way of using the chair. And we can use the chair this way. I will take my blanket off, but you can keep whatever cushioning you have on it. You might need it. So again, if you need to, you hold on for Tadasana, or you can just do your Tadasana in front of the chair. Stand, ground your feet, wave, lengthen, both hands at one. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at your hips, taking the sit bones back, bending your knees. And you might need to step back. So you can come again into the half lift, or you can take your hands down and go into a fold. Maybe even rest your hands on the chair and rest your head, bend your knees if you need that support. Resting the head on the seat. So your blanket might be useful here. If you want to, and let the hands hang holding onto the edge of the chair. If you're able to go a little lower, you can, taking the back body close to the chair. And again, that makes it a little more challenging, not easier, but it's one of the ways you can use the chair. You can also just rest your forearms down if the wrists and the hands don't have the strength to hold your body up. So from the forward fold, we'll do the half lift. And again, you can use the top of the chair, use any height. If you're using the seat, press your palms down, lift from the low belly, lengthen through your crown, sit bones back, reach the heart through the arms. Lengthen. And then on an exhalation, move my chair forward. We're going to step back. So I would hold the edges of the chair, step back, both legs, coming into the downward facing dog or downward facing dog variation. Bent knees or straight, we're lengthening from the wrists to the hips, lifting our hips up high, so maybe you can come onto your toes. Now from here you can walk forward, or you can bend your elbows and swoop your heart through, coming into a variation of up dog on your chair. Again, if this is not accessible for you, if you don't have the strength in your arms, you can put your forearms down onto the mat, onto the chair, the seat of the chair, and do something similar like a sphinx. Lift through the low belly, lengthen, exhale, press back for your downward facing dog, whichever variation with the hands. And then we'll step a little closer, coming into a halfway lift. Reach the heart forward. Bend the knees and fold. In the hand, hold on to your chair if you need to. Take a breath in. On the exhalation, lift for the low belly. And you can use your hands on the chair or you can lift to rise. Reach the hands up. Exhale, palms together. Okay, let's do some more. We'll try to do a sun B on the chair. So we're going to try to do both sides. We have 5 minutes left. So, standing in front of your chair again. You need to stand a little closer so that you can hold onto your chair for support. And take a breath in. Soften the knees. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, if you're going into your chair pose, you want to be a little closer to the chair so that you can hold on. Let the hips come back and reach the heart through. So you might just be here, and that's okay. Strengthen the thighs. You want to step back if you're doing the fold. So if you're doing the halfway lift, just come here, or if you're doing the fold, let your thighs touch your chest if you can, or let your chest come closer to your thighs. Either let your head just rest on the chair or let your head hang. If you're seated on the chair up to this point, that's okay too. And then inhale, lengthen into your half lift. Exhale, you'll step back for downward facing dog variation. So holding onto the edges of the chair for support, that external rotation in the arms. Press back, bend knees, take the hips back and wide. Inhale. Exhale, wave your spine long, coming in to a plank. Nice and straight. Inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows if you can, or go down onto your forearms on the chair. Swoop your heart through. Maybe flip the feet. You don't have to do this. We're using the chair to make it more accessible. So I'm just showing you the extent to which you can take the postures, but you don't have to do the flipping of the feet, or you don't even have to do this full now. Just reach your heart through. Come back. So I forgot that we were doing Sun B. So let's just step forward. From our forward fold, from our halfway lift, we bend the knees, we'll step the right leg back. Now I like to take my right ankle right to the edge of the chair. So when I bend my knee, it touches the edge of the chair and it's right on top of my ankle, like it's in an alignment. You don't have to do that, but that's one of the ways you can check that your ankle is underneath your knee. Or you can just have it here in a comfortable place. Be on the balls of your back too on your right foot. And stay right here and lengthen, reach your heart forward. Then you hold on to your chair to step back. We go through what we just did. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, wave. Coming into the plank. Bend the elbows. Swoop the heart through. On your toes or on. Flip the feet. And then press back for downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. So inhale, if you have space, I go lift your right leg high. Soften the standing leg. Exhale. Hug it in if you can. Plant your foot. Again, you can get that nice alignment. Inhale, maybe on your fingertips or holding onto the chair, you lengthen your heart. And then on an exhale, you step a few steps to come into your half lift. If You're not doing a fold, you stay right here. If you are, soften the knees, sink and fold. Inhale, exhale, wave the spine long. Sink the hips, come into your chair. If you're closer, you can hold on to the edge, or you can just keep your hands here. Inhale, exhale, come all the way up. You can come all the way up using the support of the chair. Both hands or one hand reaches up. Exhale, palms together, heart center. Let's do the other side quickly so that we can finish up our practice. Soften the knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge and sit back for chair. Inhale. Exhale, fold or pull right into your halfway lift. Soften your knees, crown to the earth. Inhale into the belly, exhale, wave the spine long. Inhale, plant your hands, reach your chest through the shoulders for your half lift. Exhale, soften the knees, soften everything, and step your left foot back. Coming into your lunge, you'll hold on to the chair, inhale, length, and reach your heart forward. Exhale, step back, right foot to left, soften the hips. Inhale, wave long into your plank. And again, you can just reach your heart through. You don't have to do the bend the elbows, or you can come onto your forearms, reach the heart through. Then exhale, press back, coming into your downward facing dog variation, stretching from the hands to the hips. If you're able to, you can go a little lower down the chair. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to inhale the left leg high if you have the space. Exhale, soften the right knee, hug the left foot in, step forward, coming into your lunge. Inhale to lengthen from your heel to your crown. On an exhalation, step the right foot to meet the left, coming into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sink your hips back and down. Exhale, hug through the low belly, lift the chest for chair. Inhale. Exhale, rise, hands on the chair, up. Inhale, lengthen, reach tall. Exhale, press your palms together, heart center. Feel your body. And again, if you're seated, you can do the same thing, just keep your feet anchored. Let's give thanks one more time for our bodies. Wherever we are, whatever we can do. Take a moment, if you're ready, to set your intention for today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.